talking about the substance of the matter because I have no idea about that. But there are some problems. First, in terms of the law. First, in terms of Section 7 of the Public Protector Act, you can only subpoena somebody if you have already decided to investigate them. The Public Protector has said that she has not yet decided this. This is a preliminary investigation. So if she has not yet decided to investigate him, but she subpoenaed him, that subpoena is not valid. So that's the first problem. The second thing is Section 7 also says you have a right to all the documents and all the reasons for why you are implicated. According to the lawyers of the minister, he was not provided with that document. So if those documents, if that is true and the documents were not provided to him, the Public Protector is not complying with the law.
Is Busisiwe Mkhwebane wasting Pravin Gordhan's time then, in your view?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know if there's any valid reason for the pursuit. We have no idea what the grounds for the investigation is. Pravin Gordhan says he doesn't have any idea what the grounds for the investigation is, despite the fact that the law says if you are subpoenaed, you must be told what the grounds are. So it's impossible to say.
In your article, Professor, that you wrote yesterday, and I want to refer to some parts of it, you say that Busisiwe Mkhwebane has a limited knowledge of the law and a complicated relationship with the truth. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm referencing really the findings that the court has already made that said that she, a bit like Malusi Gigaba, deliberately misled the court and that she's not honest. And so the problem here, so that is what the court said in a previous case. In this case, her office has tweeted at least that there was no response from the minister, while the minister and his lawyers say, well, we did respond. The minister didn't respond personally, but his lawyer responded on his behalf. So that sounds very odd. Why would you say that there was no response if there was a response? And for that reason, I'm a little bit worried about the perception that there is not as much honesty as one would want.
How do you counter the argument, Professor, from someone who says the professor, the legal experts like yourself, the media, are cherry-picking here because just a week ago we were all heaping praise on Busisiwe Mkhwebane for her findings against Malusi Gigaba. Suddenly, we're now changing tune simply because Pravin Gordhan is appearing as someone to appear before the Public Protector. How do you balance that out?
No, well, what I would say is that as a lawyer, I do what I always do. I don't make decisions or analyze the law based on who's involved. I based it on what the law says. In that case, it was a clear case that the Public Protector made a finding. She had no other choice because the court had already found that the minister had lied, and that was a correct finding. In this case, I'm saying, well, if you look at what the law says, she's not acting correctly. So forget about the politics, forget who's involved. Let's just stick to the facts and the law. I think that is the best way to do it.
Just finally, Professor, you've previously raised questions about Mkhwebane's fitness for office. Is she fit for office, in your view?
Well, unless the courts overturn the decision of the High Court, so unless a higher court overturns it and says that the High Court erred in saying that she misled it, that she's not honest and so forth, unless that happens, she's clearly not fit for office and she should be removed because you cannot have a dishonest person in such an important position.
Is she playing politics here? I know it was a final question, but in your view, is she playing politics?
That is... I always find it difficult to ascribe motives to people. I don't know. I would say that it creates, given the law, given the fact that she has engaged with the law in a way that is a little bit curious, it will create the perception that she is playing politics. Whether that is true or whether she is just not very much aware of what the law really says, I cannot say.
All right, Professor Pierre Deforce, thank you very much for your analysis of this current situation.